The VIP pickup service was one of the nicest parts of the whole break, because for us, we'd been working madly before we left. And so it just meant that from the moment that we closed our front door, we didn't have to think, we could just switch off. So it wasn't just the pickup service to go from here to the airport, but it was all the moving us around the different hotels and places in between until we actually got to the final takeoff. Wow, it was just such a complete surprise. A safari wasn't anything that had ever been top of our list, and I think we had a particular view of it, that it was going to be a bit like going around a safari park. We imagined that there would be tons and tons of jeeps following each other around a particular set route, and the animals would be really far away, and it would be quite a passive experience. And we had absolutely no idea that you just go and you're part of the animal environment. They are the whole master of their domain, and you are really just like one of the buzzy flies that's around. They take no notice of you, and so you really get inside their world and you get so close up. We just didn't think that was going to happen, but it was amazing to be so immediately involved in them without them really feeling aware of us. Do you know, I've been thinking about this because everybody's asking me, you can imagine. And I think the obvious absolute high had to be the lion kill. Some of the guides said that, you know, it can be 1 in every 10 years that you actually get to see what we saw. And it was the sitting ever so quietly in the Jeep, and it was about half an hour watching the animals stalk and circle. It was lions with a blissful poor little warthog who was there just munching away. And we watched them circling around and around like cats do really with mice, and then gradually getting down and going in for the kill. And the kill was brutal and visceral, but just amazingly powerful. Food and drink was great. Everywhere you go there's a buffet, but you can imagine that because you're playing and staying in lots of different places, every buffet is completely different. So there was an enormous range of food. I don't think anybody, whether they're vegetarian, vegan, carnivore, could fail to find something they liked. One of the nice things was that because of the Indian influence in Africa, there was a sort of really strong curry element as well as the African food, and then always options such as pasta and more European dishes. So incredibly varied and just never ending. Yeah, I really would. I didn't know anything about Titan at all, apart from having a sort of vague knowledge at the back of my mind of Titan. And I've been trying to think about what it is that really makes Titan stand out. And I think above it being, you know, just a very comfortable and seamless experience when you're going somewhere like Africa, which could be full of bumps along the way, and it absolutely wasn't. The key thing about Titan was the quality of the guides. So when we were out on safari, one thing we noticed was lots of people had hired jeeps independently, and it was very much a case of they had a driver, and he wasn't reacting with them at all. They were being driven around, and if they saw an animal, they saw an animal. Whereas for us, it was just such an immersive experience because of the Titan guides who were driving and also in the jeeps, and they know those animals inside out. They know everything about them. So it was just everything that they would talk to us about, the behavioural and the social aspects, really brought it to life. And it was like, you know, living inside a documentary going around in a really entertaining and funny way as well.